A female corpse was wheeled into the morgue. Her manner of death was bizarre. Every joint in her limbs was dislocated, yet there were no external injuries. Her cloudy eyes indicated she'd been dead for several days, but when the coroner made the first cut into her body, fresh blood flowed, suggesting she'd only died recently. The most terrifying thing of all? Her tongue had been cruelly severed. Coroner David deduced that she'd been kidnapped while still alive. Her hands and feet were bound so tightly that her joints snapped. Her tongue was cut out to keep her from making a sound. But these weren't the fatal wounds. To find out her real cause of death, an autopsy was necessary. David sliced open her lungs and found they were severely blackened, as if scorched by fire. When he removed her heart, it was covered in knife marks. David grew even more puzzled. How could her internal organs be so badly damaged while her exterior showed no traces at all? Just as they were about to continue the autopsy, a strange noise suddenly came from outside. David's son, Tom, went to check. To his horror, he saw in the hallway mirror a figure standing around the corner. He approached slowly, but the corridor was completely empty. When Tom returned to the autopsy room, the body refrigeration unit had somehow opened on its own. With more and more odd occurrences, he started to get scared. He quickly shut the cabinet and hurried back to the autopsy table. David cut open the woman's stomach and found a flower hidden inside. He looked it up in a book and discovered it was a type that paralyzes the body. The killer must have forced her to swallow the flower before torturing her slowly. Tom was even more frightened. This female corpse was clearly something ominous. He suggested waiting until morning to continue the investigation, but David refused. The police had specifically instructed them to find out the cause of her death before dawn. They had to keep going, no matter how scared they were. Next, they dug up a crumpled paper ball containing a tooth, which matched the gaps in the woman's mouth. Drawn on the paper was a mysterious symbol, along with some Roman numerals. David tried to connect the clues. This wasn't just a kidnapping or a torture murder. It was more like some ancient ritual, and the woman was a sacrifice. To test his theory, he cut through her outer skin, and sure enough, the exact same mysterious symbol was etched beneath it. At that moment, a sorrowful woman singing suddenly came from the recorder. In the darkness, Tom turned on his flashlight and froze in shock. All the body refrigeration units had opened by themselves. He grabbed his dad and they ran. They tried to take the elevator, but there was no power. They tried to run out of the basement, but the door was blocked by a tree. There was no cell phone signal in the basement at all. They rushed into a room in a panic, but their brief sense of relief quickly turned to tension again. The sound of bells rang out one after another from outside the door, a sound coming from the bells on the corpse's feet. The female corpse had truly come back to life.